Hello, I'm Kaiser and welcome to Moose Reads. Before I get started, I want to say that the opinions that I give here are my own opinions. They are extremely subjective. If I dislike a book, it is not a reflection on the author, and it is not a reflection on people who do like it. Different people have different tastes, and that's okay. Today, I will be reviewing Can't Spell Treason Without T by Rebecca Thorne. This is the first book in the Tomes and Tea series. It is a fantasy romance. The description says, all Raina and Keanth want is to open a bookshop that serves tea. Worn wooden floors, plants on every table, firelight drifting between the rafters. All complemented by love and good company. Thing is, Raina works as one of the Queen's private guards, and Keanth is the most powerful mage in existence. Leaving their lives isn't so easy. But after an assassin takes Raina hostage, she decides she's thoroughly done risking her life for a self-centered queen. Meanwhile, Keanth has been waiting for a chance to flee responsibility, all the better that her girlfriend is on board. Together, they settle in Tawny, a town nestled in the icy tundra near Dragon Country, and open the shop of their dreams. What follows is a cozy tale of mishaps, mysteries, and a murderous queen throwing the realm's biggest temper tantrum. In a story brimming with hurt comfort and quiet fireside conversations, these two women will discover just what they mean to each other, and the world. 4 stars. This was my local book club's pick for July. I can't say for sure when I put in the hold, but I suspect it was near the beginning of June, and it took until the last few days in August to finally be available. I'm glad it's popular, it's a good book, it deserves it, but I really do wish I could have read it before the club meeting. Normally, when I don't get a chance to read a book for club, I just let it go. Most of the books that get picked aren't really my thing, and some of them are downright awful. For this book, however, everything I heard at the meeting sounded fantastic, so I kept the hold. I adored this. I thought the 2 main characters were absolutely lovely. I enjoyed them both individually and as a couple. The pair start the book already well into their relationship, but they haven't had much time to really be together. So they also haven't had too many opportunities to learn each other's hang-ups. Still, they communicate wonderfully, so even when they run afoul of their own insecurities, the other listens and does their best to help her girlfriend work through the problem. Honestly, it's so rare to see a book where the main couple actually has decent communication. It was quite refreshing to see it here. There are also a number of secondary characters, and while I wouldn't say any of them really stand out all that much, I still liked them for the most part. This is for sure a cozy fantasy. I keep thinking that that's not my thing, but it might actually just be that the prime example that everyone names as representative of the genre really didn't do it for me, and it's given me the wrong impression. I really appreciate that although the general vibe of the book is fairly relaxed and, well, cozy, it still had real stakes. Both girls are at least a little in dereliction of duty, and there's a secondary plot regarding the dragons that hangs over a fair portion of the story. The only complaint I really have about this book is that it left me eager to read the rest of the series, and the rest of the series isn't out. So I think it's safe to say I'd recommend it, just maybe not until the rest is released. That's it for no spoilers. If you don't like spoilers, now is the time to pause or close the video. For everyone else, let's talk details. At the end of the copy I read, there was a bonus chapter that showed how Raina and Keanth met. And while I'm glad it was included at all, I kind of wish it had been a prologue rather than something extra after the fact. There's not really anything wrong with the beginning as it is, to be clear. It's just a matter of my personal preference. I'm pretty sure this is one of those books that switches perspective every other chapter, so it must have only been one before we met Keanth properly, but it felt like it took too long. The book starts with Raina at a party being thrown for Keanth by the Queen that Keanth skipped out on because she hates the Queen. We get quite a few little references to her and their relationship, and having never met Keanth made it difficult to fully appreciate some of Raina's thoughts with regards to whether or not she should run away. Again, it's not terrible. Even without knowing Keanth, it's not hard to understand the conflict between love and duty. I just felt like the way the party unfolded would have been helped by knowing Keanth better. I also kind of wish Keanth's duty had been given a little more tangible weight. She talks a lot about how people treat her and what's expected of her, but we never really feel it. The people of Tawny don't know who she is at first, so they don't have any lofty expectations until after they've gotten to know her as a person. And at that point, because they do know her, they don't hold her in any kind of awe. We barely get to see her interact with any other mages, and the one time she's called away on duty, it gets no page time. The closest we get to seeing Keanth grapple with her job is when she goes to deal with the dragons, and even that has more to do with her love of Tawny than what's expected of her as the Arkandor. I am also a little worried about how this series will proceed. The epilogue introduces what seems to be a new couple, and while many, possibly even most, romances focus on a different couple each book, because several issues raised in this book haven't really been settled, moving to a new focus seems like it might not work. I can't say for sure, of course. I was prepared to put the next book on hold immediately, but then I found out there's going to be at least 3, and the third isn't out yet. I haven't decided how I want to handle this yet. I might try reading A Pirate's Life for Tea in December to kind of spread them out evenly, ignoring that the library issue will definitely ruin that plan entirely. Otherwise, I'll just wait until the third one comes out and probably reread the first book before going through the other 2. What I'm saying is, I haven't read the second book, so I don't know if switching focus to a new couple will be detrimental to the series. Like I said, I'm a little worried about it, but it remains to be seen. That's all I have to say about Can't Spell Treason Without T. If you like this video, I hope you'll watch more in the future. Thanks for watching this one. Bye!